Okay, so Supernatural is over. Okay, compose yourself. You know what? I can't do this. I can't do this like this. Hold on. That's better. Okay. She ready. So, like I said, Supernatural is over, and us as the fandom, we're not okay. We need counseling. So what happened is the writers, they love that we are the SPN family. That's what the fandom calls itself. That's what the writers call us. We hashtag SPN family. And they like that, and we like that. And what has now happened is the writers have caused conflict in the family. Why am I saying this? It's because the finale has divided us as a fandom. On the one hand, we have the people who accept the ending, who tolerate it, who love it. That's the one side. And on the other side, we have the really, really angry part of the fandom. They are not for it. They hated 19, they hate 20. This part of the fandom, they're very angry, they're very upset. They're posting angry memes, they're posting angry status updates, angry comments. It's a mess, and I'm here for it. And that's what this video is about, going through some of the best Supernatural related social media posts. Dab, season 15, episode 20 will focus on Sam and Dean, the family they built. The family they built was focused on Impala, a blurry wife, and an ugly Dean Jr. No, they didn't. Dean Jr., was he ugly? I wouldn't say he was ugly. I don't think he was Winchester worthy. Does that make sense? Okay, so this one, a lot of people are wondering who Sam's wife was. Was it Eileen? I mean, what happened to Eileen when Jack restored everything? I actually think this looks like his real life wife. Doesn't it? Doesn't it look like Genevieve? These spot the difference games are getting harder. Okay, so while we're on the topic of that terrible gray wig, I think I know what happened. They were about to record that scene, and then they realized, oh crap, we don't have a gray wig. And then one of them said, hey, assistant, run to the nearest store and get a gray wig. Assistant comes back with a really terrible wig. Director goes, that's fine. The fandom won't care. Newsflash, we care. That was terrible. That scene was supposed to be heartbreaking. Sam sitting in the Impala, crying for Dean. And all I kept thinking was, what the F is going on with this hair? And the makeup. They didn't even bother doing proper old man makeup. It's like they weren't even trying. Right? This is why we're mad. Next meme. Okay. Ooh. Episode 50. I keep reading that wrong. Might have mixed this drink too strong. Okay, season 15, episode 20 is my villain origin story. That episode really did create a lot of villains. Okay. Raise your hand if you feel personally victimized by the Supernatural ending. I'm sorry, Jensen. I know you retired your Dean's boots, but you're gonna need to lace them up ASAP and go film your own ending with Misha in his backyard. That's actually a good idea. They can film it and load it on Insta stories. We would all watch it. Raise your hand if you'd watch that. So that's why Billy laughed after looking at the end of Dean's book. This is my favorite one. This is the best one. This is my favorite one. I love being part of this fandom. We're so cool. You're gonna cry, they said. Of course I cried, I said. Cried for wasting years of my life on this shit show. Okay, that person was very upset, understandably. Okay, so we're not happy with the end, fair, but I don't think it invalidates the entire series. I've seen a lot of people say they won't acknowledge episode 20, episode 19 is their finale. I myself have a lot of problems with episode 19, namely the fight between Lucifer and Michael, the whole reason there was a season 4 and season 5. All of a sudden, it's a normal fight, like between two guys, not even two angels. Like, they couldn't even wipe out the bunker at least. I mean, do these writers not even respect their own writing? sorry, I went off on a tangent about episode 19, but I feel like if you're unhappy with episode 20, it's fair to acknowledge episode 19 was your finale. Ending itself, all those flashbacks, the boys sitting together in the bunker, that's a better way of ending the series, I think, because it leaves it kind of open. We can imagine what we want for the boys. They can continue hunting in our minds. They can settle down in our minds. Maybe the real super hell was the show all along. What? Maybe. Destiel, I'm going to sacrifice myself for you because I love you. Dean dies literally a week later in the stupidest way possible. Cass, why did I even fucking bother? Jane, like I said earlier, the writers don't even respect their own writing at this point. Why have Cass make that massive sacrifice? And then it means nothing because Dean didn't really have a big part to play in defeating Chuck. He didn't have much of a life after that sacrifice, so it really was pointless. But maybe that's what the writers are trying to tell us, that you shouldn't sacrifice yourself because it means nothing. It's not going to be worth it. Whoa, I just go too deep. Congratulations, Supernatural, on being a 15-year-long hate crime. Hate crime? Why is it a hate crime? What'd I miss? Somebody please explain to me in the comments how this is a hate crime. Guess which one ended up killing Dean? Hashtag Supernatural. Okay, so we've made it to this part of the video. As the fandom, we were very upset that Dean died, number one. And then number two, we were even more upset because of the manner in which Dean died. It was like a D-grade vampire hunt. Really? So my husband isn't part of the Supernatural fandom. He watches Supernatural here and there. And he watched the finale with me. And he said, wow, what an unremarkable death for Dean. I expected him to have an Iron Man type death. And I think that kind of sums up how everyone feels with regards to Dean's death. I don't actually feel that way. Whoa, don't come for me. Don't come for me. Don't kill me. I actually understand what the writers' thought process was when they killed Dean off in this manner. First of all, Dean has had quite a few remarkable deaths over the past 15 seasons. Secondly, and most importantly, remember Sam and Dean had heavy plot armor because of Chuck, right? They weren't like normal hunters who could accidentally die during a vampire hunt. And now there's no Chuck. Chuck isn't writing their story anymore. They don't have that plot armor. So it kind of makes sense that Dean would die on a hunt. That being said, they could have made the death more magnificent than a screw. Come on, they could have done better than that, surely. I think it would have been better if the vampires killed him while they were holding him down, maybe stabbed him. Okay, so vampires wouldn't do that, they would drain them, right? So then he wouldn't have had a chance to say goodbye. So, okay, we want to have Dean say goodbye, so have him stabbed in another manner, have them hunt something else that would use a knife or something. But yeah, kill him on a hunt, fair, I get it, but do it better. Okay, so next up, comments on the Supernatural page. The trickster can stop with this prank now, please. Cry face, cry face. That's actually a very good idea. My sister actually had it. She said, what if Dean died, says goodbye to Sam, and then Sam wakes up in that motel from season 3 with that song playing? Whoa! That would have been such an awesome ending. Yes, we would have been mad, but it would have been like a cool mad, not a sad mad, not a I wasted 15 years of my life mad. I honestly thought that the writers were going to screw us over in that manner. They were going to end the show on such a mega cliffhanger. Maybe even Chuck comes back, snaps them back to season 1, where Dean is on his way to fetch Sam, and then they're living in this loop forever. And I would have been mad, but it would have been like a cool mad, because it was like a funky way, like a edgy way, like a Rick and Morty way to ending the show. But instead, what do we get? We get a screw, a bad gray wig, a blurry wife. Still doesn't give you guys the right to kill off Sam, Dean, and Destiel! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. People were mad because Cass died. Ooh. I love cast 2, and I would have loved it if he died in a different way. Wow, that's the theme of how I feel about the ending of Supernatural. They could have just done this thing so much better, and I think that's where us as the fandom were coming from, is because they have set such a high standard for us over the years that we just expected something amazing. We didn't expect kill off everyone and yeah, kind of ending. I didn't expect that. My final comments on the finale of Supernatural is this. Fandom, Supernatural is over. We have to accept it. We have to move forward. Most importantly, we have to come together as a fandom to make sure that Supernatural continues to live on forever in the memes, in the GIFs, in the inappropriate Tumblr comments. That's what we have to do as the fandom. We have to continue the SPN family traditions. And if we're fighting over the ending, then we can't keep the show alive. Well, I suppose the fights keep the show alive too, in its own way. And I do love reading the fights online. I'm one of those people. I'll read all 200 comments. There was absolutely no way for them to end the show and make us happy, because none of us really wanted the show to end. I mean, even those of us who were complaining about the quality of the last few seasons, I was one of them, Mary. So what is your opinion on the finale of Supernatural? Were you happy? Were you sad? Were you happy and sad and angry? Just let me know in the comment section. I am one of those people who I'm tolerating the ending, to be honest. Tolerating it. Could it have been done better? Yes. Did COVID have an impact? Yes. Could they have found a better way to end the story for Sam and Dean? Yes. If you want to see my other videos on Supernatural, I should make more videos on Supernatural. I love the show too much. You can click over here. And if you want to join my crazy little crew, how's about you hit that subscribe button? Thank you so much for watching.